Alright, this is a instructional video for Raga Bhoop, and it's for the raga, the notes of the raga, and for a Sargam Geet. Sargam Geet means using the syllables, sa re ga ma pa da ni sa, that's the Sargam, and so it's a song using those syllables. We'll play it on the banjo. So Raga Bhupali, also known as Raga Bhoop, is a pentatonic scale. So it has 5 notes, and there are a number of pentatonic scales in Hindustani music, and this one is kind of like the standard, what you'd hear as a major pentatonic scale. So it's really common all over the world, and if you think about a C major scale, be good if you know how to play that on the banjo. If not, you can look at some material for that. You can also play it on 2 strings, just 0, 2, 4, 5, 0, 2, 4, 5. But we're going to use that open C string. We're in double C, by the way. This is double C tuning. So yeah, we can use that open C there. And this is a great tuning for Hindustani music, because those first 3 strings and then the 5th string as well are all kind of drones. So you can kind of let those ring out and play on the 1st string. And when you're playing sitar, you know, you got all these strings and sympathetic strings, but most of the time the melody is being played on the 1st string. So it's very sitar-like to do it that way. We're going to learn it in 2 different octaves. So normally, when we're playing in this tuning, a lot of times we're playing down in the lower octave. And we're going to play the first 3 notes, and we're going to skip that one. And we're going to skip that one. And what we're doing is, if you think about your scale, like especially on a piano, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, or here, we're taking out the half steps. So from E to G is a half step, from B to C is a half step, and we're taking out the half steps. And that's part of what makes this pentatonic scale really useful for soloing, and you'll probably be able to think of some banjo tunes that use this scale, or kind of at least focus on these notes really heavily, even if it does hit these other notes in there. So that's kind of the scale we're working with here. Sa, re, ga, pa, da, sa. We're taking out ma and ni. Sa, re, ga, pa, da, sa, sa, da, pa, da, re, sa. Okay? So that's the lower octave. Now let's talk about the higher octave, which starts on our open C, where we left off before. There's sa, re, ga. And pa you can play with the 5th fret or our thumb, 5th string. And then we've got 7, 10. So if I play it all on the strings, just hitting with my index. So you've kind of got 2 positions there. Your 2, 5 here, index, pinky, and then you have to move positions up here for 7, 10. Now, there are some ways to make that a little easier, or to use some techniques. Play C and then a pull off to play that open string. Sorry. Alright, so those are our first 3 notes. Sa, re, ga, pa. You can play pa with your thumb and then slide up for the da, or yeah, da, sa. Okay, and that's going to be useful if we're going to be playing this a lot faster. Okay, you can utilize a hammer or a pull-off here as well. Okay, so that's what we call aro-avro. The notes going up, the notes going down. Sa re ga pa da sa, sa da pa ga re sa. Now we're going to learn the pakad, which is the catchphrase, and it goes like this. Okay, and that's actually not it, because we have to play the real pakad that I learned. We're going to have to play in the higher octave. So the pakad starts on ga. So when I sing it, the way I learned it, ga, ga pa da, pa ga re, sa re da, sa. And when I do that da, I'm sliding from sa or C down to the A. Da. So that's why I actually utilize this 5th fret instead of the open string for that part. So I can get that. Okay? So same note as that, but I use that for the slide. So again, the pakad. Okay, there you go. Now let's talk about the Sargam Geet, the song. We're going to play it in the lower octave first. This is really cool. It sounds like a banjo tune when we play it down here. Okay, so it's all going to be in this position. You can do a pull off there. That's the first phrase. And you can add some thumb strokes. I don't put them in the tab, but it sounds great with them. So those are kind of bum ditty patterns. You could practice just kind of playing up and down with that bum ditty strum in there, and then kind of add them into the music. So that's the first phrase, and that first phrase kind of repeats throughout. It keeps coming back. The tab is 4 lines, but it's kind of up to you how you repeat them. The first 2 lines are the first part, like the A section, but you play that first line usually twice, and then when you play the second line, you usually will go back to the A section, the first line, before you move on to the B section, which is the last 2 lines. I know that can kind of be confusing. So yeah. Okay, and there's lots of ways to do that as far as you could add pull-offs. Sometimes I do that kind of hammer. Instead of just hitting the 4th fret, I hammer to it. Do a hammer there so you could slide. You have lots of options for that. So that's the first phrase. Next phrase. on Ga, the 4th fret. Okay, and there's a lot of options here too as far as when you play. I'm playing it 0-2. You could also play as an open string there, or you could play them. I think I like to use this because I like to hammer onto it, which you can't do with an open string, but it's definitely an option, or you can do variations. So you play that twice as well, probably. Okay, so so I kind of went to the first line at the end, because then when we go, that's going to lead into the B section, right? Okay, and again, you've kind of got options, or that's probably the best way. Okay, that's the 4th line. So same thing, we're going to play that 3rd line twice, and then play the 4th line, and sometimes that 4th line might only happen once before we go back to the top. It's kind of a choice you have to make. So the 4th line goes like this. Alright, I usually really kind of milk that hammer on there. Alright. Okay, I'm doing all these pull-offs, but you could hit the note. And you might want to. It sounds different, right? So you might want to experiment with the sound. Here's the 2nd line. Okay, so you kind of have a jump here. I would jump with your index so that your pinky can get to that 12th fret or 10th fret. So that's another shift, because we're going to get all the way to 14th, so you want to be able to play 12, 10, 12, 14, and then back to 7. been practicing this, but let's see how fast I can do it. So if we do it slow, you could even start with the low octave, right? On speed, but you get the point. If you practice that every day and kind of figure out where the pull-offs are, if you want to throw in the drop thumb or just double note it there, that's fine. You can get it up to speed pretty quick. Okay, I'll try to post the Sargam, or the syllables, so you can sing it as well, because that's kind of fun too. And you can just kind of drone, play a chord and rhythm and sing along, and then even pluck out some of the notes with it if you want. If you want to make it not just an instrumental song. Sa sa da pa ga re sa re ga pa ga da pa ga sa sa da pa ga re sa re ga pa ga da pa ga pa da sa re sa da pa sa pa da pa ga re sa ga pa da sa re sa da pa sa pa da pa ga re sa 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 da pa ga re sa re ga pa ga da pa ga pa da pa sa sa da sa re ga re sa da ga pa da pa sa sa da ga re sa re ga ga re sa re sa da ga da pa ga re sa. Here's where you would go double speed. I don't know if I can do it. Sa sa da pa ga re sa sa da pa ga re sa re ga pa ga da pa ga sa sa da pa ga re sa re ga pa ga da pa pa da sa re sa da pa ga re sa ga pa da sa re sa da pa ga re sa ga sa da pa ga re sa re ga pa ga da pa ga sa da pa ga re sa re ga pa ga da pa ga pa da pa sa da ga re sa re ga da sa da ga re sa re da ga re sa re sa da sa da pa ga re 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 sa re ga. I want to talk about one other thing I did there at the end, which is called the T-high, where we're going to play half of the first line 3 times, and since we're doing it this double speed, sa sa ga pa da re sa da pa ga re sa, then the third time you go back to normal speed. Sa sa da pa ga re, and then that kind of last note is the drums would stop, the rhythm would stop, and you can kind of stretch it out. Sa sa da pa ga re sa da pa ga re sa da pa ga re sa re ga. Okay, so I wasn't playing it perfectly today, but I thought I'd make this video and give you kind of a demo of the parts and how you can put it all together and start playing. If you've got a drone, put that drone on, or else just let your banjo do the work, right? A lot of these lower strings are just ringing out while you're, you know. Sometimes I'll just strum a little extra. Extra drones, so it's kind of a fun piece. It can be challenging and easy at the same time, so take it at your own pace and have some fun with it.